Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
An illusory feat, considered magical by naive observers. Possessing or using or characteristic of or appropriate to supernatural powers. Magic signs that protect against adverse influence. Any art that invokes supernatural powers. An illusory feat, considered magical by naive observers. A ritual recitation of words or sounds believed to have a magical effect. Calling up a spirit or devil. An illusory feat, considered magical by naive observers. A misleading falsehood. An illusory feat, considered magical by naive observers. The act of deceiving. An illusory feat, considered magical by naive observers. Something many people believe that is false. They have the illusion that I am very wealthy. An erroneous mental representation. The act of deluding, deception by creating illusory ideas. An illusory feat, considered magical by naive observers. An illusory feat, considered magical by naive observers. An illusory feat, considered magical by naive observers. Any art that invokes supernatural powers. An illusory feat, considered magical by naive observers. A cunning or deceitful action or device. He played a trick on me. Deceive somebody. We tricked the teacher into thinking that class would be cancelled next week. A ludicrous or grotesque act done for fun and amusement. A prostitute's customer. An attempt to get you to do something foolish or imprudent. That offer was a dirty trick. A period of work or duty. Card games, in a single round, the sequence of cards played by all the players, the high card is the winner. Possessing or using or characteristic of or appropriate to supernatural powers. Charming incantations. Pleasing or delighting. Endowed with charming manners. Possessing or using or characteristic of or appropriate to supernatural powers. A magical spell. Possessing or using or characteristic of or appropriate to supernatural powers. Possessing or using or characteristic of or appropriate to supernatural powers. 'Tis now the very witching time of night. The use or practice of witchcraft. Possessing or using or characteristic of or appropriate to supernatural powers. Wizard wands. Someone who is dazzlingly skilled in any field. One who practices magic or sorcery. Possessing or using or characteristic of or appropriate to supernatural powers. Wizardly powers. Supernatural forces and events and beings collectively. She doesn't believe in the supernatural. Not existing in nature or subject to explanation according to natural laws, not physical or material. Supernatural forces and occurrences and beings. A dramatic or musical entertainment. They listened to 10 different performances. Process or manner of functioning or operating. They compared the cooking performance of each oven. The act of performing, of doing something successfully, using knowledge as distinguished from merely possessing it. They criticized his performance as mayor. any recognized accomplishment. They admired his performance under stress. The act of presenting a play or a piece of music or other entertainment. We congratulated him on his performance at the rehearsal. The quality of being attributed to power that seems to violate or go beyond natural forces. A belief in forces beyond ordinary human understanding. Manual dexterity in the execution of tricks. Manual dexterity in the execution of tricks. A trick performed with playing cards. A prayer asking God's help as part of a religious service. Calling up a spirit or devil. An incantation used in conjuring or summoning a devil. The act of appealing for help. A charm superstitiously believed to embody magical powers. The power associated with a juju. A magic power or magic spell. The belief in magical spells that harness occult forces or evil spirits to produce unnatural effects in the world. Conjuring up the dead, especially for prophesying. The belief in magical spells that harness occult forces or evil spirits to produce unnatural effects in the world. Magic used only for good purposes. The belief in magical spells that harness occult forces or evil spirits to produce unnatural effects in the world. The belief in magical spells that harness occult forces or evil spirits to produce unnatural effects in the world. Calling up a spirit or devil. Calling up a spirit or devil.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.